Thriller, baby. Thriller, baby. Thriller, baby. Thriller, baby. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Back at you with another one. Game gonna be the game. I am your host, T. Ross. I got the fast co-host with me in the city. You already know what it is. If you rocking with us, go hit that subscribe button. So, what you think about abusive relationships? You know what I'm saying, and the effect that they have on individuals that go through these type of relationships.
Abusive relationships, man. I so early on, hearing about the abusive relationships, first seeing it, you see a lot of it on TV, the movies, and all that kind of stuff, and you just be looking like, man, so why every time he beat you, you come right back to him, or you never leave, or like, and they always say that they're afraid to leave, they might kill him, or they still love him, and the man apologize and give flowers and all of this kind of stuff, and after a while it happened all over again. It's just a never-ending cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that once you put your hands on a woman, and she ain't put her hands on you, let's talk about we gotta stop. Let's start. So it's a lot of women out here who think a man shouldn't touch a woman under any circumstance.
Right.
And that's just not true. I don't believe it's true. I don't believe in it. I believe if you bold enough to hit a man, then you strong enough to get hit back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where these people grew up where they was taught you could just hit a person and they won't hit you back. You know what I'm saying? Boy, that was a legit way of thinking about it. Because you hit somebody, you deserve to get hit back, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? But having said that, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way a man got the right to put their hands on a woman. And even then, it's levels to it. Like, don't just black out and go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, do what you got to do to get her up off. You know what I'm saying? If you got to tap her a couple times, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't just get her up off you, though. You know what I mean? Let her know you ain't playing. Because once they see you ain't playing,
right,
they usually back on up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me stop playing with dude. He ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? I felt that one type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to get into my encounters yet because I'll be going on forever. You know what I mean? But you definitely gonna dig. You know what I'm saying?
Get into what? I'm sorry, I didn't hit it.
The personal encounters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I done had females put their hands on me. You know what I'm saying? And I've been confused because it's like, man, Joe, like you've been seeing what I'm capable of, like some of them, and then some of them maybe not. Some of them, just saw my, my build and felt like, they wanted to try me or whatever. And I'm talking about girls that I was dealing with, like girls, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sleeping with this chick, and she just, but she was wild like that though. She was a wild, you know what I'm saying? She was a little crazy, bro. I'm talking about really getting physical, pushing me a lot at first, but when she stole on me one time, not full on hit me, but like, tap my jaw, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really restrain her. When somebody touch you in your face, that adrenaline get to pumping, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I guess.
It don't matter what the circumstances are. We sitting on the bed. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? She started hitting me. I'm mad because I'm playing, man. What's wrong with you?
And it's only so much you can take.
Yeah, it's only so much.
I feel you. Like to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to agree, you know what I'm saying, to a certain point, because abuse is a bunch of different kind of abuses. You know what I'm saying? You got the physical abuse, mental abuse. You know what I'm saying? Verbal abuse. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of different ones. It's like me as a man, I feel like a lot of men go through verbal and mental abuse, you know what I'm saying, that they be scared to speak on. And I believe the reason why they scared to speak on it because they're afraid of judgment, you know what I'm saying? Like they're afraid what people may think or say about these things, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, we done spoke on this, you know what I'm saying, I believe before, but if a man go to his job and then he crying because his woman said certain things, or I'd even seen cases like the man told me, like, he called the police on his woman or whatever. The police got there and laughed at him like it's a joke, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So it can go to that too, but I feel like a lot of men hide their feelings towards it because of judgment, you feel what I'm saying? Now on a woman, I feel like they suffering with these things. There's a lot of women that go through these, you know what I'm saying? I believe women go through it way more than men, me personally, especially the physical, you know what I'm saying, because they like not trying to, but they weaker than us, you know what I'm saying? We kind of the stronger mate in the human race. So at the end of the day, they suffer the physical abuse more than a male will, because you ain't just gonna let nobody just whoop your ass. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because of instincts. It's like, man, get up off me. You know what I'm saying? Like you were just saying, like in certain situations where people need to understand that just because I got her up off me, that don't make me a woman beater either. Because at the end of the day, I don't expect nobody, and I mean literally nobody, to wear no ass whooping. Now, ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you said, to a degree, a man got to understand, because at the end of the day, without understanding, cause you could really hurt this woman, man, put her in a situation where she could really be messed up. You feel me? So always keep that in mind, and I think the dudes that's out there that don't keep that in mind, I think these guys are suffering mental illness, whether it's from growing up and watching somebody do this to your mother, or you having problems with you and your mother growing up, or whatever. For whatever reason that you hate this woman so bad that you willing to, because I done seen, you know what I'm saying, situations they didn't black women's eyes to the point where they gotta wear shades to even come out outside. You know what I'm saying? It get that bad. We got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, as a male, I don't condone this behavior at all. It's like we are beating on the mothers of the earth. You know, when you think about it in real life, we beating on the mothers of the earth. You feel me? So at the end of the day, any male supposed to understand this, bro. When you whoop her, you whooping your sister. When you whoop her, you whooping your mama. When you whoop her, you whooping your auntie. When you whoop her, you whooping your grandma. Because the same thing you doing to her, if you saw somebody doing that to one of them, how would you feel? Always keep that in mind. You feel what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think that's the problem with a lot of these guys and why they doing what they doing.
Right.
Because they thinking about it, and they don't even know that they feeling like that towards her because of they experience with those people in their family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in a lot of cases, you got a lot of these guys that go around beating on females because of the resentment that they have for their mama, or, you know what I'm saying, whoever was their authority figure growing up, a guardian, you know what I'm saying, female person growing up, or female that, you know what I'm saying, molested them or took advantage of them in some type of way, you know what I mean? So they got these cold feelings towards females going into the relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes it show early on, sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's later down the line. Sometimes I done heard cases where niggas that just snapped, you know what I'm saying, on the female, and ended up hurting them too bad, like really almost took their life, and you know what I'm saying, never had put his hands on her before, you know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it's actually abuse, verbal abuse and mental abuse from a female that drive a man to that point. It's a lot of different explanations as to why a man put their hands on a female. You know what I'm saying? I think my thing has always been, if you feel like female can get you to the point, or has already almost got you to the point where you had to put your hands on her, you need to leave her.
You're right. 100%.
You need to leave her. Get yourself out that jam, because whether you know it's a jam or not, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's sooner or later somebody gonna get hurt in that situation. You know what I mean? And it could be both of y'all. You could be to put your hands on her, and now you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Because women do that. Women are conniving. Women try to, they try to hurt back. You know what I'm saying? When you do something, you call it a mistake. You might have cheated, or you know what I'm saying. Whatever you did, I heard you cheat on her with some random female. She trying to sleep with your brother. You know what I'm saying? She trying to hurt you. She trying to. She gonna make sure. You know what I'm saying? Hers hurt more. You know what I'm saying? That's what females do, though. You know what I mean? They're emotional creatures, so they feel like, and that's where a lot of this fighting back coming from, and that toughness that they exhibited now is coming from a long time of long history of accepting that abuse from men. You know what I'm saying? Accepting that mistreatment from men. You know what I'm saying? And it's right now it then created that level of competition to the point where it kind of it don't box you in, but it's like if you love her, and now she trying to compete with you on so many different fronts, then it's like it's probably time to cut ties, though, because
I mean, because I like you said, just like a man's supposed to understand, like I feel like a woman need to understand too on the other end, that if you got a man, and I don't mean any situation, because at the end of the day, all relationships gonna have problems, regardless of what. Everybody gonna have a fight. That's just differences of opinion. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, a situation happened. That don't mean that this person's a woman beater, because certain things happen, because all relationships gonna have these problems. But if a woman need to recognize when a man like go excessive, because it's usually signs of everything before the final, you know what I'm saying, chapter, pretty much. So at the end of the day, if you see a sign of this man then beat you sort of somewhat brutally, he didn't have no remorse on beating you or whatever, it's time for you to leave too. You need to understand it because your life is precious and valuable too. The same way, you know what I'm saying? If you don't look at it this way, then, you know what I'm saying, it's something that you missing. If you sit here and take this type of abuse, that means you was looking for something. 9 times out of 10, usually people stay in miserable situations. You know, love, I think the top thing, I think everybody understand that, but that type of abuse, I think, is more so, you know, you don't love yourself somewhere. You know, maybe you didn't have your father or your mother in your life, whichever one, and you missing that love, and you out here in the street searching for that love. Just understand one thing: you're never gonna find that through nobody on the other side. You know what I'm saying? That only could come from mother or father, and you know, it's time for people to start understanding that, and maybe they could have better futures in relationships. Because at the end of the day, you sit around and take this. Like you said, there's certain people that it took somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept snapping, and they took it too far, and then next thing you know, you're no longer here. You know what I'm saying? You could have went off and met somebody else better, had a better life. You know what I'm saying? Who treated you better, treated you like a queen or whatever, and then pretty much you would have been straight then. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, instead you stayed over here with this whoever. He got to be a low life, and you know, any man sit up there and beat on a woman like that because he ain't respected as no man. You know what I'm saying? He's suffering with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody should think about this or think like this when it comes to a woman, because at the end of the day, that's where we all come from. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, is it like you say? It's usually signs, right? So one of the most common signs that I done seen is the controller. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I done seen different levels of control. You know what I mean? From guys and the way that they talk to their females, just like demanding. Everything is a demand. You know what I'm saying? It's never a question. It's always do this, do that, do this, do that. Like, don't matter who around. You know what I'm saying? It's always demands. That's a sign, but you know, it gets worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's first it's just the demands, and then it's orders. It's like now and then it's the trying to separate you and isolate you, you know, from your family. You know what I'm saying? Keep you where you ain't got you feel like you ain't got no help, nobody to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants you to feel like he all you got. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He the only person you can lean on, you know, that you can depend on. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen females shut their family out for the man. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
He's already been abusive, you know what I'm saying? And she just shutting her family out and staying away and don't come around and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, man, I could never understand it, because if he done hurt you before, what make you think he won't do it again? Like, what's, you know, I'm one of them people that's like, man, all you got to do is show me one time.
Right.
Show me one time. I promise you, the girl that I'm talking about that, you know what I'm saying, used to like to get physical, that time is all it took.
Yeah.
Because I know, look, this the thing. And this go directly to what you was just saying about dude that called the police. And you know, the police laughed at him.
Police laughed
at him. It's because, you know, it's the idea that, you know, the man is supposed to be masculine and aggressive, and, you know, he's supposed to be, you know, the head householder, you know, the head honcho, the tough guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The tough one, you know, and then the female is just this little fragile, you know what I'm saying, thing that, you know, and that's not always the case. A lot of times you got dudes that's cool, calm, and collected, Joe, laid back, you know what I'm saying, and don't be on that. And the opposites attract, I guess, in those cases, because they like the wild, you know what I'm saying? They like the wild ones, and then you get into a situation where, you know, she got crazy with him and put her hands on him, you know what I'm saying? And he feel like, man, if I do something to her, I'm gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what happened. If anything could happen, just say that kind of situation. That, you know, she done put her hands on him. He could call the police, and they gonna look at him first. They gonna go to her and talk to her first, and make sure he ain't put his hands on her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't getting the call. You understand? The dispatcher get the call and then dispatch the police. So you know what I'm saying? They gonna automatically think he done put his hands on her. It's a domestic situation. He done put his hands on her. You know what I'm saying? I done had that happen a couple times before. Well, you know what I'm saying? I done seen like, damn, though, it ain't even go that route. Like, but I can't say that I'm surprised because it's the police. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a black man, then it's the police. Of course, they gonna think he's the suspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Automatically, he's the suspect.
Off the rip. Yeah.
And then you got a lot of guys who will frown on a situation like that or laugh at a situation like that, like, man, oh, but it's like them probably the same dudes that's out here beating women.
No, for real though. Not real talk though.
Like,
real talk.
The reason why you laughing about him calling the police, like, what else he supposed to do?
Yeah.
What other defense mechanism do he have? Beat him?
Right. Real talk. Because it be situations to where I done seen arguments where you know women, like, at the end of the day, when they arguing, they gonna get their point across. And if you trying to leave, I done see them jump in front of the door. You got to be able to contain yourself throughout all situations because they can escalate real quick, bro. And just for that reason, that's why I say, like, men are suffer, they'll sit back and suffer with bottled emotions. Like I said, mental abuse, verbal abuse, whatever. I done seen situations where dudes, man, I'm talking about, 15-year period, you know what I'm saying, whatever, 10, 15 years, because they didn't really want to leave their shorties out here, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. And you stayed in a situation based on, you know what I'm saying, you didn't, basically, if I leave my kids, then things might go to the ground for them, so I don't know where they going to wind up at. So they had to stay in this situation. But, men are already going through enough just dealing with the world, like you said, you know what I'm saying. We low-key got to worry about the police come on it, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. You need to come on with us, sir. Well, I done had that happen to me a few times, you know what I'm saying. Ain't done nothing, let's go, you know what I'm saying. I don't know what it is, but this the way this, you know what I'm saying, certain things set up. And I think it's throughout the U.S. It ain't just no one place. And, you know what I'm saying, think about it, cuz subconsciously, cuz it's been that way for so long to, when you driving, you know what I'm saying, the police get behind you, you instantly get nervous. I know. I go through the same thing to this day. That's how long we've been, you know what I'm saying, suffering from police brutality types, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it's like a police show up to your door and laugh at you. Now it's like, I can't even call y'all for help. So I might well just go and suffer with this. Boom. After so long of suffering, because like I said, bottled emotions got to come out eventually. And they might come out at the wrong time. And he might snap. Could have been a good dude. But he was going through so much, man, pressure bust pipes. That's just how it go. And then he crashed out. You feel me?
Yeah, man. No, yeah. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the type that, if I call you and you laugh at me, I'm definitely going to jail. Because I'm going to tell you about yourself. You going to be all kind of goofy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Everything. I ain't going to lie to you. I done been locked up before for making a nigga feel this big, bro. I ain't going to lie to you.
I got you.
You stupid, goofiest nigga. Like I break it down. Very articulate. You know what I'm saying? When I, get to dissecting a motherfucker. Like, dude, you don't even, bro. Come on, man. You ain't out here living, bro. You hiding behind a badge for real. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, like, you really addressing me or trying to get me to you know what I'm saying, go hard so you can lock me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you intimidated. You know what I'm saying? You don't like what you see. That time you done came to my crib. I'm trying to get this girl out my house. You know what I'm saying? And you see where I'm living and how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? You don't like seeing no type like that I'm doing good at all. That I'm trying to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? For trying to get this problem out my crib before I get myself in the jam. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So it's, I love, dissecting police, bro. Them the best. You know what I'm saying? Them situations. And it's fulfilling, bro. It's something about it. You know what I'm saying? That it's just fulfilling, Joe. Like, even nigga gonna lock me out. I had police officers lock me up for a weekend to tell my people that the computers was down. You know what I'm saying? That's why they couldn't let me out. My peoples came with bond money and all type of stuff. Bond money for nothing, really, because I ain't do nothing but tell them about itself. You know what I'm saying? They didn't nail all the computers down. We couldn't move. We couldn't do nothing all weekend. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. But I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I love it. But it did a little bit. I had to miss work for a day, but man, you know what I'm saying? sometimes it be like that, Joe. I felt like I was a motherfucking civil rights activist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just made my move for history. You know what I'm saying? For the culture, though. They ain't
nothing but another form of abuse right there from them.
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we did that. I mean, that's a whole different, and we definitely got to dig into that. But that's a whole. That's gonna have like 5-6 different parts to it. Reality, bro. Because you think about we talking about men most of the time. We talking about men, and you know when you meet them. You know what I'm saying? We talking about men who was rejected by their own people. most of the time, either rejected by their own people, bullied when they was in school. These are facts.
Yeah.
Or looking for an easy paycheck. That's what it is,
real
bro.
talk,
And
real
then
talk.
a lot of when you meet these officers, bro, you know which category they fall under instantly.
Yeah.
You got the super cops, you know what I'm saying? Just out here doing all type of, you know what I'm saying, pulling folks over for no reason, you know what I'm saying? All type of weird shit, man. Dude, before you got there, everything was cool before you came. You know what I'm saying? Now you
Right.
you jumped out the car and everything bad happened. Like everything go to shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know, and that's a lot of cases, man. Like I'd have met cool officers that's just like, man, hey man, you ain't supposed to be doing that, bro. Don't do that. You making my job
Right.
hard. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
some
saying?
cool.
Man,
I mean, you got to admit, you know what I'm saying, what it is. I mean, shit, some cool, some not. Like, I didn't even ran into that situation where I know I ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to come in and I was the, you know, and the only thing I can say that me personally, the older me understand that the reason why I got locked up, I shouldn't have never even been in the vicinity. See what I'm saying? All I was doing was go watch the fight. That's why when people fight now, I don't care nothing about it. Let them go and do what they doing. I ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on over there. That's their business. You know what I'm saying? I learned that because I got locked up and then it was girls fighting. They came up and locked up all dudes. You see what I'm saying? That let me know because they got a problem with you know what I'm saying, dude, for some reason. Like you said, they suffering. A lot of them suffering from authority issues. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you was bullied, so now you got the badge on. Now you the big bad wolf. Yeah, you the tough guy now. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so you suffer with this through day in day out. So when you get your first chance to, hey, go ahead, run it to improve yourself, you gonna do it. And you know, like I said, I went through that, but at the end of the day, like I said, I learned later that it's just if people going to fight, just don't go over there. Not saying that this gonna prevent it 100%, but you know, if you ain't went over there basically in them four business, watching nothing that ain't got nothing to do with you at all, period, guess what? You would have never got locked up, bro. Yeah, straight up. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay away from it, and that's, you know what I'm saying. I feel that, you know.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes it do come to you though. Now don't get it twisted. Like I said, sometimes it's gonna come to you regardless. But if you can avoid it, try to avoid it.
I ain't even saying that, and I'm saying that okay, yeah, that's avoiding. You know what I'm saying? Not going to where the drama at. Obviously, is avoiding. You know what I'm saying? The repercussions. You know what I'm saying? But that just come from police not wanting to do their job.
Right.
That's where it come from. It come from police not wanting to ask the questions, not wanting to investigate, not wanting to take their time, just grab somebody so we can say we got somebody off the street that, you know what I'm saying, might have contributed. Don't know they'll be the blamed you. We heard plenty of cases like that before. You know what I'm saying? The wrong person getting locked up for some shit they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more to these methods and the way that they do their job than
because
you know,
it's a whole bunch of situations. Yeah, I mean, I do get what you're saying, bro. Don't get me twisted. I mean, because it's a whole bunch of situations out here that, yeah, bro, borderline senseless, bro. That the police done senseless. So at the end of the day, I'm just talking about this particular situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of them cases where these guys are, you know, couldn't even get out these situations, regardless of what happened. Because police pull, you know what I'm saying? Police pull them over and they on straight dummy from the time they get out the car to the time the situation escalate or whatever, don't escalate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. So I was just speaking on that one situation. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely though. I mean, but that just goes more to saying, you know what I'm saying, how the police target us as black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we come home to have to deal with a hostile woman.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you know what I mean? Upset about whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know, or even being at work, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with your boss and then coming home to, you know, all the fussing and the arguing and it's like, man, why do I come home? You know what I'm saying? Why do I come back to this all the time? And that's, you know, those are the questions that if you can't answer them questions with logic, then you need to get out that situation. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no legitimate reason for coming back to that situation, then you need to go about your business, man, before it get bad.